This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the 1970-73 Carryover League. We are in the National League North with the Cubs and Pirates in an elimination series. I can't believe we were talking about the Pirates being involved in an elimination series, but they had a rough first half. They just could not get past the Reds, and then before the All-Star break, they had a series against the Cardinals, a team they should have handled, and it was just the opposite. The Cardinals swept the Pirates and swept them beneath 500, and now the Pirates are fighting for their life. They have to beat the Cubs. Not only do they have to beat the Cubs, they have to beat them handily to get back into the postseason hunt for a playoff spot. Let's look at the needs for the teams here in the 2022 postseason. We've done all the division races. We eliminated the Padres as they fought valiantly against the Giants, but not well enough. Today we are here, Pirates and Cubs. Now the Pirates have a tiebreaker if needed against the Cubs. They're not going to have to use it though, because the teams are currently tied. And you have 7 games left, so it's a simple best of 7. You only use the tiebreaker if the teams are tied or a half game back. But if you have a full 1-game lead, you don't need it. So the tiebreaker doesn't help the Pirates here, nor does the fact that the Cubs have home field. But it is a best of 7, and my gosh, the Pirates, they have to beat up the Cubs. A sweep, 4 games to 1, something like that, because they have a lot of ground to cover. If I want to catch the Cardinals, who are in second place, they would lose the tiebreaker to the Cardinals since the Cardinals swept them. And the Cardinals are currently sitting after playing the Reds. Here's the Cardinals right down here. They're at 500. And the Pirates are 3 under 500. Oh boy. So you want to catch the Cardinals for a second if you can. Let's see what happens. Game 1. Steve Blass, Fergie Jenkins. The Cubs, if they're going to go out, they're going to go out guns blazing. The Pirates. What we decided to do for this run for the Pirates was go back into history. And to do that, I decided to go to the 71 Pirates. Now granted, we only have 6 members of that team on this roster, because it's 8 70s, 6 71s, 4 72s, 2 73s. But I decided to go with this World Series team, a 97-win team, by the way, which is very good, but it's not one of the greatest teams of all time. And they won 95 or 96 the next year. They weren't a 100-win team. Let's keep that in mind here, folks. And looking at the most common batting lineups, they had Dave Cash, they had Gene Clines leading off, even Mazeroski led off. Cash got injured in late August, and then Stennett, as a rookie, just blossomed and killed it for him. But then when Cash got healthy, he resumed at the top of the lineup. Well, Cash was selected by an expansion team in the free agent draft, so he's not around anyway. So they're going to have Stennett lead off. Of all the number 2 hitters, they're going to have Hebner bat second. Of course, the top of the list, you got Clemente will be 3rd, Stargell will be 4th. Robertson has 82 games batting 6th. We have a rookie that's not listed here, Richie Zisk, who blossoms in 73, so he will be in the big bat 5 spot, with Robertson 6th and Sanguian 7th, Gene Alley 8th, and we'll put the DH 9th, which will be a very good DH, in this case, the 1970 Al Oliver, who can also play first and put Robertson in DH. The funny part about the lineup is that it was pretty much the lineup I was using anyway. Of course, Clemente often led off during the season because the team was in so many slumps, and every time Clemente led off, he tore it up, and he was helping the team. Game 1 in Chicago. Let's look at the result here. Instantly, Willie Stargell hits a 2-run homer in the first inning. He likes the lineup. But in the bottom of the first and second inning, the Cubs rattle Steve Blass with 6 hits and 2 runs of their own. It's 3-2 in the fourth because of a Richie Zisk, Rookie of the Year candidate, in the fourth. And the Pirates add a couple more. 6-3. It's a 6-2, 6-3 game. Glenn Beckert hits a solo homer in the bottom of the seventh. So with 6 outs to go, Steve Blass is a starter 8. And during this decision here in the 8th inning, I'm thinking, I don't know, I think I should go to Justy and Hernandez, even though I got a 3-run lead. But no, they leave Blass in. He gives up a single to Billy Sorrell. This is a really bad bottom of the Cub lineup. And the runner at first, I'm thinking, I really should get Blass out of here and go to Dave Justy. But no, Blass gives up another single. And then number 9 hitter, Bob Taylor, a guy who had 1 year in baseball in 1970 with the Giants, hit 190. And I'm thinking, I really should get Ramon Hernandez in here to get a lefty-righty. But then again, that would bring Randy Hundley or Ernie Banks in the game. So we decide to pitch to the lowly Bob Taylor. And of course, he's got 1 homer on his card in 90 at-bats, and he hits it magically for the Chicago Cubs. This is a 6-6 tie, and it is, again, another Pirate disaster. Then they get Blass out of there, and Ramon Hernandez comes in, and Jose Cardenal greets Ramon Hernandez with a home run. So Blass gets a no decision. Ramon Hernandez does get this loss. It is 7-6. And just a failure to manage this 8th inning dooms the Pirates. And you can put this one on me, folks. It's just, I cannot get this Pirate team figured out. One of the things about Hernandez and Justy is that they are the most overworked relievers in all of Strat. And the setup guys, Marcel Latchman and Dick Kelly, are shaky. And so I try and push Steve Blass as far as I could, and he just blew it. Single homer, and then a homer by Hernandez. And a very painful and costly loss for the Pirates. Now it is about threading the needle for perfection. I never thought I'd have to go this far with the Pirates just to get this team into the postseason or playoffs. Game 2. Things are changing. Jim Rooker, Bert Hooton, Pirates starting to get their offense going. Another quick start with 3 hits and a run in the first. We have a Bob Robertson homer, a 2-run homer with Richie Hebner, RBI double Al Oliver, and this time Jim Rooker can get through to 7 innings. They turn it over to a bunch of relievers pitching 2 outs at a time. Latchman gets 2 outs, Kelly gets 2 outs, and then Justy gets the save. More conventional win for the Pirates on the road in Chicago, and they salvage the split. That's step 1 of a 4-step process they're going to need. Back in Pittsburgh, and now we finally see the Pirates arrive in the year 2022. Poor Larry Gurr, the number 3 starter for the Cubs, really is not ready or suited to be doing this role. And Larry Gurr will have much better success once he's on Kansas City. But right now, he's just getting drubbed. And the Pirates use him for batting practice. Richie Hebner, 2-run homer. Zisk, 2-run homer. Clemente, 2-run homer. And then it's insane. You get another Hebner and Clemente home run. They bat around. 15 runs in the first 4 frames for the Pirates. That is all they need. We let Bob Moose go 7 innings. And even after that, trying to get Marcel Latchman and Dick Kelly to close out a game is an adventure, as the Cubs put 6 runs on the board in the last 2 frames to make this a fun, interesting finish. But the Pirates win 15-10, trying to give Justy and Hernandez some more rest. So now the Pirates have a 2-1 series lead and are at home, and they could really use another win and another win. Game 4, we have Rick Russell versus Keeson. The good news for the Pirates is that Bruce Keeson pitches fine. Scatters a bunch of singles, no runs. And the Pirates finally get an inning together in the 6th. They do it with walks, single, walk, triple, single. That triple is by Richie Zisk. Again, I think he could be a Rookie of the Year candidate. And a 2-run double by Zisk in the 7th. and the Pirates. Again, 7-0 lead, and the bullpen gets the game over 7-3. But Justy Hernandez now have plenty of rest. They are up 3-1. They could have swept all 4. That game 1 mess. The Pirates could have had the 4-game sweep they needed. Cubs season is just about over. Even if they come back, they will probably get bounced in the next round because they would have a losing record. The Pirates, they absolutely need to win this game. Game 5 at home. And that will put them exactly at 500. It will put them in the tie with the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are the tiebreaker. So that the Pirates will be in 3rd place with a 500 record. And they're at home. But the Cubs have Fergie Jenkins on the mound, a repeat of Game 1. Fergie Jenkins, if the Cubs are going to go out, they're going to go out as a spoiler. Steve Blass for the Pirates. We are very well versed in what happened in the 8th inning of Game 1, and hopefully that will not repeat again. Game 5 in Pittsburgh, trying to win this series 4-1 and keep their World Series pedigree alive in the year 2022. Leading off for the Cubs, Jose Cardinal. 2-2 rolls to the pitcher. Del Unser skies to right. Glenn Beckert bounces to third. Bottom of the 1st, Rennie Stennett, 5'11", bounces to second. X. Beckert's a 2-10. Next play. Hebner, 47 is a single. Roberto Clemente, 1-7. Let's take a look at Clemente's card. It's a 1970 352 card. 14 homers, 10 triples, 22 doubles, and the -5 arm. 1-7, double 1-4 is a base hit. Runners on the corners for Pops Stargell. 57 is a K. And with 2 outs, Richie Zisk, who is pretty hot in a big Game 4, but this time 2-4, skies the left. Top of 2, Billy Williams, the lone Cub All-Star. Pops to short. Jim Hickman walks. Ron Santo bounces into a 6-4-3 double play. Bottom of 2, Bob Robertson, 410 off of Fergie is a bouncer to third X. Santo is a 2E26. Makes the play. Manny Sanguillen, 34, lines of short. Gene Tornado Alley bounces to short. Quiet start here in Game 5. It'll be Bill Sorrell, 47, is a base hit. Don Kessinger, 37, is a base hit. Here we go. It's like the last time Blast faced these guys, you know what happened. In the same lineup. Sorrell, Kessinger, and Taylor. Now, here's Bob Taylor. Let's take a look at the card, folks. So this is the guy that spoiled and ruined Game 1. So, yeah, he was a San Francisco Giant with 84 at-bats and a 190 batting average. Because he was a catcher and a left-handed batter, that interested the Cubs as a nice change of pace from Randy Hundley. He rolled that 3-6, homer 1-9. Rolls a 10 or better. I'm done playing baseball today, and the Pirates would have gotten the sweep. But here we are again. With 2 on and nobody out, the pitch to Bob Taylor. 38 is hit by the pitch. So, Blass, clearly shaken from Game 1 facing those 3 guys, and they're been on base all 6 times. Hopefully you'll have better luck at the top of the lineup. Jose Cardinal. 2-4 is a 6. 4-3 double play. That's what the doctor ordered. They get the run. A runner goes to third, but there's 2 outs. And Del Unser. 57 is a K. So Blast does a nice job of minimizing that damage. And it's just 1 zip. Al Oliver leads it off. 37 is base hit. Oliver bats 9th. Isn't it unreal? That's how great this Pirate team is. Everybody on the rest of the team hits better than him. Rennie Stennett, 46, off of Fergie's card. Double 1-10, single dot. So you got the runners on the corners. Stennett is a DE stealer, so he's not going anywhere. Doesn't get his speed until the mid part of the decade. Richie Hebner, 63 off of Fergie's first X. But you have Jim Hickman's a 4E16 first baseman. That's going to be a single. And that quickly, the Pirates tie this game. First and second, Roberto Clemente. Saw his card before. 67 is a K. Willie Stargell, let's take a look at his card before he swings. His magnificent 1971 card. Runner-up to Joe Torre for the National League Most Valuable Player. 48 home runs and a .295 batting average, 83 walks. -4 arm in left field. The best corner arms in all of the National League, because Stargell's going to -4, Clemente -5. Pitch to Stargell. 68. It's going to be a sac fly, center field. And the Pirates get a lead. Runner at first, 2 outs for Richie Zisk. Let's take a look at the card for your 73 Rookie of the Year. 324 batting average. He may have won the Rookie of the Year, actually, in traditional MLB. Yeah, anyway, it's fantastic. Actually, you know what? If he still had his rookie status, because I think he had some at-bats for those 71 Pirates. And so, can you keep your rookie status for 3 years? I don't know. Anyway, 110 is a single to center in this case. Hebner will not try and get thrown out at third base with 2 outs. Batter be Bob Robertson. Bob Robertson strikes out to end the inning. 2-1. Pirates have the lead. Glenn Beckert. 5'11", bouncer to second. This is Stennett, a 40-41 second baseman. That's going to hurt. It's going to leave a mark. But he makes the ground ball save. Big break there for the Pirates. Billy Williams flies to right. Jim Hickman, 66, skies to right field. 2-1 Pirates, bottom of the fourth. It is Manny Sanguillen, 39, flies left. Gene Alley, 47, single on a 1, cannot get it. Al Oliver, 48, another single, 2 for 2, batting ninth. And Rennie Stennett. Let's take a look at the Stennett card of 1971. So yeah, you know, you could say a big part of the Pirates season was Cash getting hurt and this guy filling in for about a month or so. And he hit .353 with 153 at-bats. Interestingly, when Cash came back, they didn't use Stennett anymore. He just went right back to the bench as a rookie. Here's the pitch to Rennie Stennett. 210, rolls to short. We got a tight one in the top of the fifth. It'll be Ron Santo. 56 is the K. Billy Sorrell, 110, rolls to second. Kessinger, 36, grounds to short. And Blass starting to figure things out. He's retired the last 9 batters. Bottom of the fifth. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
All right, bottom of the fifth. It'll be Richie Hebner. 1-9. Homer 1-4 double. It is a 2-base hit for Richie. Roberto Clemente, 47, single on a 1. And big moment. Single on a 1 off of Fergie. Roberto gets it. That is a disappointing result for the Cubs and Fergie there. That's a tough break. But the Pirates need to make it pay. They need to get some runs here and get closer to getting the Cubs done. Runners in the corners. I think the Cubs are going to play it up. This is how tight we're getting here today with Stargell. 1-7 is a walk, and now you have a mess. The bases are loaded for Zisk. Has a lot of double plays on his card. You can play it back in a 1-run game with nobody out, and they will move it back, hoping for double play here. Zisk, 48 off of Fergie, is a strikeout. Now your strategy could be, with 1 out, to bring it up as Robertson has a lot of strikeouts on his card, not as many double plays. So they're going to bring it up. They don't want to ground ball C, something like that off a pitcher's card. So they'll bring it up for Bob Robertson. 6-11 off of Fergie is first X. You got Jim Hickman, though. Defensively, not very good. More of an outfielder than a first baseman. Was an all-star in 70, by the way, but Jim Hickman's a 4E16. 4E16. And that, you got to be kidding me, is a GBA with the infield up in that case. It's just a fielder's choice. It's just going to be a 3-2 force out the plate. That rule I play, I give a home field advantage. The home team can get the 1-2-3, 3-2-3 double play. Road teams is just a force out the plate. Guy beats out the throw. So the bases are still going to be loaded with 2 outs. And it's going to be Manny Sanguillen. 68 off of Fergie. Skies a left field. And the Pirates get nothing. So, turns out that single on a 1 line out to second. It wasn't really that big of a break at all. And we just have a 2-1 game. A lot of stress for the Pirates here as we go to the 6th. It's Bob Taylor. 1-6 is hit by the pitch. He's got him on 1-6 and 3-8. Hit him both times. He got hit both times. Jose Cardinal. 6-10 off blast. Short X. This is Alley. He's a 2E24. 2E24. GBA. Down with 2 outs. Del Unser rolls to second. Bottom of the 6th inning. And a 2-1 nail-biter. Gene Alley, 32, center. Al Oliver, 410, center X. This is Unser, a 2E5 in center. Makes the catch. And Randy Stennett. His 4th at-bat, 66 is a K. 4 at-bats, and I think they are going to play conservatively, are the Pirates. They are well aware of the consequences here. They're going to play all the percentages today. Bill Mazeroski will take over at second base to finish the game. Now they have some good infield defense all around. Top of the 7th. Matter of fact, that is all the defense they can bring in today. So that's probably the only substitution. It'll be Glenn Beckert leading off the 7th off of Steve Blass. 2-10 is a roller to the pitcher. Billy Williams, 1-7. Let's take a look at Billy Williams' card of 1970 and his 42 home runs. And a .322 batting average in 708 plate appearances. Wow, what a superstar. 1-7, homer. 1-10, double. He rolls a 13 and does not clear the wall there. Unfortunately for the Cubs, he's on second base. Now, the good news for Blass, he's good about getting righties out. He's got Hickman and Santo. Both very difficult hitters. Let's take a look at Hickman first. 1970 Hickman, magnificent year for him. 32 homers, 315 batting average, 93 walks, and 600 plate appearances. He would drive in the winning run in the All-Star game, I found out, in looking at that box. So here we go. Jim Hickman with the tying run at second in a 2-1 game. The pitch to Jim Hickman. 3-6, Jim Hickman on cue. Knocks it out of recently opened Three Rivers Stadium in Pittsburgh. And it is 3-2 Cubs. Big moment here in the carryover league as the Pirates are now failing their quest with 3 innings left. It's 3-2 Cubs. Ron Santo. 46 is a base hit. And now we're like, here we are hanging on with Blast too long. Sorrell, 3 straight lefties. Yeah, I just can't let history repeat. You know, I would let, you know, Hickman and Williams, you understand it, and righty. But I'm not going to do the same thing that happened before. So 19 and a third, 6 and a third innings for Blass. Gets the exit in the 7th. Would have 2 losses. Well, actually had a no decision in the other game. Look at Ramon Hernandez and Justy. And they're going to have to eliminate any further runs from scoring while the Pirates get a run or 2 to win. So Ramon Hernandez, the magnificent one, comes on in the 7th inning. By the way, he and Justy's card, which you will probably see at some point, I'm guessing, were both 1972 cards, which means that they didn't help. These cards were not used for that 71 World Series team. So Hernandez will come on in the 7th inning. Bill Sorrell will leave the game, which is probably a good thing for the Cubs, as Ernie Banks will come play first base. Take a look at Ernie Banks' card, his last good year, 1970. 12 homers and 200 and some at-bats with a 252. Still decent defense and crushes lefties, as you can see. With 1 out and runner at first, the pitch to Ernie Banks. 1-8 is a single 1-2, and he lines out. With 2 outs, it'll be Don Kessinger. 62 rolls to the pitcher. And as a matter of fact, they are going to simply take Bob Taylor out now and put Randy Hundley behind the dish. Not that the Pirates have any speed. They're not going to steal off Randy Hundley, but Hundley commits fewer errors as a catcher as well. Stretch time in Pittsburgh. The Clouds have rolled in. It was looking good until the 7th inning. It's a 3-2 Pirate deficit. We have been enjoying the Intruders 1968 Cowboys to Girls LP featuring, hey, love is like a baseball game. Let's throw that down here for you. Yeah, there you go. Intruders were on the Gamble label, Huff and Gamble label, a Pennsylvania band. Probably from Philadelphia, but from Pennsylvania, close enough. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Fergie has 9 outs to get. Very weak bullpen. Going to have to beat Fergie's, a start at 9. It'll be Richie Hebner leading off. 2-8 is double 1-2 base hit. And the Pirates get the tie run aboard. Roberto Clemente, 38 is a sky left. Pop Stargell, 2-7 is a K, and with 2 outs, it's Richie Zisk. 2-7 is a K. We'll go to the 8th inning. It'll be Randy Hundley leading off. 3-10 is a single. Jose Cardinal. 2-9 is a 5-4-3 double play, and with 2 outs, it's Del Unser. 1-6 is a double, and with 2 outs, it's Glenn Becker. Let's take a look at Glenn Becker's card. His magical 1971 .342 average was in that All-Star game. That must have been a thrill for Glenn, being introduced next to the likes of Willie Mays, Willie Stargell, Willie McCovey, Joe Torre, Hank Aaron. That must have been an incredible moment for him. Here we go here. Chance to put a dagger in the Pirate season with a runner at second and 2 outs. The pitch to Glenn Becker. 6-10 off Hernandez. Bouncer to short. This is Alley. And he makes the play. Bottom of the 8th of a 3-2 thriller. So much tension for the Pirates season is present here. If they lose this game, they have no chance at a winning record. Even if they win the series and advance to the next round of the tournament. So, yeah, it'll be either team at this point is not, their season's not looking very good. Bob Robertson leading off in the 8th. 69 skies the center field. Manny Sanguian, 3-10 fly grounds to short. Too much Fergie Jenkins at this moment. Gene Alley, 38 is a base hit though. He's a C stealer, but you're not going to steal off a Hundley. And it's up to Al Oliver. Let's take a look at Al Oliver. He is 2 for 3 today. He bats 9th because, frankly, this is a pretty ordinary version of Al. In 1970, just a .270 batting average and 12 home runs and 600 plate appearances. He will get much better. They'll ask him to play center field, where he's really not suited to. What is not being said is they really do miss Matty Alou, who was the center fielder and spark plug of this team. Traded in the offseason with no replacement center fielder, obviously, on the roster. A big moment for Al Oliver with a tie run at first and 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Al. 55 off of Fergie is a strikeout. We will go to the 9th. Hernandez, relief 3. Justy, relief 3. Not really worried about that in this game. He'll pitch to Billy Williams. 2-8, grounds to short. Hickman, the hero for the Cubs thus far. 33, grounds to short. And Ron Santo. 67 is a strikeout. We resume right quickly to the bottom of the 9th. And the Pirates they got to get a run here, or they're going to make it extremely difficult, even if they win this series, to make a noise. And they were my preseason World Series pick. And this could be the game that, puts the nail in the coffin. And unfortunately, we brought Bill Mazeroski in for defense for Stennett. Let's take a look at Mazeroski's card. Not very good against righties at all. No other second baseman on the roster. Well, you know what, folks? We actually have a trick we can try here for percentages. Yeah, they're going to actually, now that they need more offense and get a little more, they're going to have a lefty bench player, Marv Staley. We're grasping at straws for the Pirates. He will come in and bat for Mazeroski. As a left-handed batter against Fergie, he has a higher percentage of getting on base. And you go right back to having a bad defensive player, but that's a moot point. So Marv Staley will bat for Mazeroski here in the 9th inning. The third second baseman for the Pirates. The pitch to Marv. 1-8. He draws the walk. Big moment there. Staley draws the walk. Mazeroski would not have. He would have skied to center. That is a big moment here. Now Staley's a 14 base runner, which is pretty good. Mazeroski is a Mazeroski's a 10 runner, so we even get more speed on the bases. It's Hebner, Clemente, Stargell, and Zisk. The bullpen is quiet. They're going to let Fergie Jenkins win or lose this thing. Richie Hebner's the batter. Let's take a look at the Hebner card. This is a 1972 Hebner card with a 300 average and 19 home runs. Big moment here for Richie Hebner. The pitch from Fergie. 58. Oh no, disaster. Second X. This is Beckert, the shore-gloved second baseman, a 2E10. We'll look here in the result. Probably should be a double play, but it's not. It's a GBC. GBC's rolled. So Beckert had a little issue getting it out of his glove. Beckert had a little issue getting it out of his glove. The runner goes from first to second. We get the out at first base. Good news for the Pirates. So now you got a runner in scoring position for Roberto Clemente and Willie Stargell. Kind of figured that this is the way this should go out. Roberto Clemente with the tie run at second. The pitch to Roberto. 2-4. He skies the center field, and this game is going to come down to Willie Stargell and Fergie Jenkins, and the rest of the National League is watching intently. They want the Pirates to fail. Do the Mets, do the Reds, do the Dodgers and Giants and Braves. They want this Pirate team to not make it somehow to the playoffs, and this could be the at-bat that it happens. The pitch to Willie Stargell. 2-10 for Stargell is a strikeout, and they do not figure this out, and they lose at home in Three Rivers. And they do not get the 4-1 series win nor the 4-0 sweep. Instead, they are up 3-2, and they have to go to Wrigley Field, where the Cubs will continue to play spoiler. This is what happens when you have a rough start to your season. You've got to turn it on, and there's nothing to turn on in this case. Let's do the box, and we'll look at the records. The Pittsburgh Pirates cannot have a winning record at the end of this series, nor can the Cubs. Just doesn't bode well for either team. Fergie Jenkins gets another win, won twice in 5 days. 11 hits, 2 runs, both came in the third inning. 2 walks, 9 strikeouts, and a complete game win. And he breaks the Pirates' hearts. Ramon Hernandez came on in. Got Ernie Banks out, give up just 2 hits and a K. Steve Blass, he was on the mound in Game 7 of the 1971 World Series against the Baltimore Orioles. That is his biggest moment of his career. But in replaying his card, he's failed at critical moments, unfortunately. 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The line is a quality start, but not much more. So the Cubs, 1-009-0109, 3-7-2-11, 3-3-2-9, 2-9-3-3. That is Game 5, and the series continues back in Wrigley. But I'll go to the standings and show you how devastating a loss this was for the Pirates. And we'll look at some stats of the Pirates and Cubs as well. If you're wondering about the 71 Pirates, they will, next year, they'll have 2 more members on that team, as there'll be 8 of those players. So next year, next summer of 2023, we'll get a better examination of the 71 Pirates. So Pirate fans, don't worry. They have one more crack at getting a ring. Technically 2 more cracks, really, because they were the best team in baseball in 72. Best record in baseball in 72. All right, so the Pirates are 15-17, needing 1 more win in this series, so mathematically they can't have a winning record. 277 batting average, 4.10 ERA, Blast 3-5, Moose 3-4. Bullpen's been back of the bullpen's been great. Offensively, their best hitter was probably Hebner at 44 for 146, hitting 301. Stargell had a really bad year last year. This year, he's having a not too bad year. He's hitting 261 with that card. He didn't hit well with that card last year. He hit like 210 with it. So that's a lot. That's a big sample size with that Stargell card. About 300 at bats. With a 48 home run card, he's got 8 homer and 21 RBI this year. So a 2 years kind of a slump with that card. Zisk, 32 for 135. That's not very good either. 237. He's got 6 homer and 23 RBI. Leading clubs with RBI at least. Yeah, Pirates are just, they are what the record suggests. I also want to mention that they've scored 155 runs and they've given up 154 runs. So they're right there as a 500 club, regardless if you want to consider them just to be unlucky. Cubs, 14-18, hitting 272 with a 4.80 ERA. And when you look at the overall standings in the National League before you play this game, Game 6, and there's the Pirate plate. They can't catch the Cardinals here. Heck, they can only tie the Marlins. The Braves still have to play. The Rockies, Diamondbacks, Astros, and Giants. There's a long list of teams ahead of the Pirates right now. They literally need a miracle. They need to win every game. They need to win Game 6, and then they need to hopefully win 5 in a row or 4 or 5 straight in the second round of the postseason to have any chance. That's it today. We'll have the follow-up at the end of this video to let you know who actually wins this series and who will be eliminated. Thanks for checking it out. We'll see you next time. Well, baseball fans, Game 6 back in Wrigley Field. Bob Moose versus Bert Hooton. This time the Pirates start out well. Rennie Stennett triples to begin the game and scores on a pass ball. A couple runs in the second. A couple homers in the third by Stargell and Bob Robertson. Cubs are pesky. They peck away. A Billy Williams homer. Beckert RBI single. Ron Santo homer. This is a 5-3 game, 7-4 game after 6 frames, as his starting pitching is pretty mediocre. But when rubber meets the road, the Pirates bring in Justy and Hernandez to close this thing out. They desperately have to have it, and they do indeed get the win in Wrigley Field. It is a 7-5 final. Interestingly, in the bottom of the 9th inning, leading off, pinch hitting, and what would be his final at-bat with his 1970 card, Ernie Banks leads off that 9th inning with a solo homer to pull his beloved Cubs within a couple runs. So that's his final at-bat for the Cubs, an Ernie Banks home run. How about that? That's a good story. But it is Dave Justy getting the save, and he was the Pirate All-Star on a team that should have had more All-Stars. But in any event, Pirates do get the win. 7-5 is the final. And they do win 4 of the 6 games. So they exit the first round 16-17. Cubs eliminated at 14-19. So what's it mean? Well, it's still actually looking fairly okay. It's partly cloudy for the Pirates. They are a game under 500, but they will draw the Rockies unless something remarkable happens. The Diamondbacks still have to play Portland. If the Diamondbacks rip off 4 wins, they'd have to play the Diamondbacks. But if they play the Rockies, they're just a game over 500. If it stays that way, and the Pirates a game under 500, in a best-of-5, an up-to-5 series, all the Pirates would need is to win that 3-2. They'd be 19-19. Rockies would be 20-20, but the Pirates have the tiebreaker in winning that series. So that would get them to the third round of the tournament, and then that would be only 3 games left. And depending on how the rest of the wild card candidates do, if the Astros slump, the Giants continue to slump, the Braves do nothing, Marlins do nothing, then yeah, the Pirates could still make a run at this playoffs. But being in a game under 500 is definitely not very good presently. And that's it. We'll take a look at eliminating the Cubs in another video. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you next time.